awesome video that I need to show you guys that really may expose or enlighten you guys on controller aiming compared to aiming with a mouse. I'll show you guys in a little bit, but before we do that, I need to give you guys a little context about this. So I saw this Twitter clip yesterday, and I actually saw it on Reddit. I saw somebody post it was titled something like recoil on controller versus recoil on a mouse. And you know, just off the top of your head, just thinking how Fortnite works, recoil with a gun, if you guys are unfamiliar with what recoil is, it's basically just when you're using whatever gun, let's say it's a blue assault rifle, when you shoot the assault rifle, your crosshair is going to get bigger and bigger the more shots you lay. So if you sit there and spray a 30 clip and you're just holding down the trigger, your crosshair is going to be pretty big at the end, and that's what the bloom is, just the recoil. It's basically just the overall size of your crosshair as you continue to keep firing and holding down your trigger. Now you would think if you're holding down your mouse shooting, it would be the same as your controller shooting, right? As in you're going to get the same crosshair and the same kind of bloom and recoil on controller as you would get on a mouse. Well, it's actually proven wrong. A lot of keyboard and mouse players in the past week, even the past month, have always been saying controller players just have a laser, they have a beam on them for whatever reason. It's a little unfair. There's some guns that you can only use on controller, so I don't know, there's always been a ton of controversy around it. I can't really say much myself, but I will show you guys this Twitter clip that I saw right here. I'm actually going to leave a link down in the description to it, to the Reddit post if you guys want to see the original post. All credit goes to the guy who made this video, but without further ado, let's roll the clip and we can see the truth about aiming. Well, what do you guys have to say? Leave a comment right now, right when you're listening to this. Comment down below, what do you think? What are your just initial thoughts on this? I think the first thing to take away from this isn't too serious of an issue, but let me just weigh in my opinion as someone that has played keyboard and mouse and has played on controller. I spent the majority of my time playing on controller on Fortnite, so I would say about 1.5 years on controller, and I probably have a total of like a month or so on keyboard and mouse, so I'm definitely a lot better of a controller player, a lot more experienced, and that's the one major difference I will say. I can build, I can do everything fine on the mouse, but at the end of the day, I'll always still end up picking up my controller for at least a little bit just to get some shots off and get easy lasers. And I know this is something I've always been telling my friends. They're like, why are you playing on your controller right now when we're playing Arena or whatever else? And I'll just be completely honest, like, it's just way easier to use guns like the SMG, even the AK to an extent. You can just get way better bloom on some of these guns, and it just feels like you can really just outgun people. That's the best way to explain on controller. You can just sit up straight up, look at somebody and start crouching and moving around, and you just have a way better shot of winning the gunfight, in my opinion at least. Keep in mind, there are a ton of factors that affect this, and I needed to kind of cover this up just to enlighten you guys a little bit. If you guys don't know, and if you guys play on 60 frames, you sorry, but you got the short end of the stick. I currently run 144 frames on my computer, and aiming is just a lot easier and a lot better, even on controller, even on the mouse. So either side of the story here, it's going to be a lot easier to aim the better frames you get, and that's something that people don't really take into account when talking about controller aim. So if you guys happen to just be playing on an original Xbox, original PS4, that's probably as bad as it's going to get. What do you guys, I think it's going to still be around 60 frames, which isn't too terrible, but I had the chance to use a PS4 Pro, and I could definitely see the upgrade with the PS4 Pro. It felt a lot smoother, the frames felt a lot better, a little bit easier to hit shots. The game just felt overall smoother, and then the more frames you get and the better monitors you get, just the gaming equipment in general is going to help you. The more frames, the more responsive. That's a way to look at it. You're going to have better aim assist. Well, guys, that's going to be all from me, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this one. This one was a little bit shorter, but please let me know if you guys did enjoy. Make sure to sub, turn on post noties. Let me know what you guys want to see in the next video. What should I talk about? I was thinking about maybe covering Control Freaks, because I do use Control Freaks to aim on my controller. Do you guys want a little bit of review explaining what the best and the worst Control Freaks to get are? Please let me know down in the comments. That's all from me, guys. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.